Step right up and see the most amazing, astounding, astonishing year ever with all the thrills, chills, and spills. Politics, sports, music, movies, and much more with our guest, comedian Judy Gold, Bill Nye the Science Guy, talk show host Lonnie Love, commentator Ben Stein, radio host Bethany Watson, actor Fred Willard, CNN contributor Van Jones, and our own Brooke Baldwin. It's all the best, all the worst, 2014. Welcome, I'm Tom Foreman, and even a carnival huckster would have a hard time coming up with words to describe the year just passed. 2014 was full of brilliant, baffling, mind-bending moments like no other, and we're going to look at all of them over the next hour. So we'll take down the lights, you pull out the popcorn, and let the sideshow begin.
2014 went by really fast. Really, really fast.
I think for the first time in a long time, I'm going to be celebrating that the year is over.
It wasn't too bad, it wasn't too good.
It was nuts trying to keep up with the news. You just felt like you couldn't stay on top of it.
Let's start our look at big stories with one of the biggest and worst of all, the missing Malaysia Air jet. The plane took off with 239 people aboard, disappeared, and despite a global effort to track it down that continues to this day, not a single scrap has been found.
Well, but look, how could they find it? Once it's way down at the bottom of the ocean, there's no device that we know of that can find it. Their satellites can't find it. Unless they have submarines crawling along the bottom of the ocean, they can't find it. So it's gone. I mean, it's sad, but it's gone.
Almost as amazing and just as tragic, the second Malaysia airplane with 298 people on board that was shot down while flying over the conflict in Ukraine.
Seeing the debris field, learning it was then looted, and then I'll never forget live on my show watching car after car after car being taken finally to, the morgue.
These just terrible stories. Change the name of your airline. Change the name. So, who is getting on Malaysia Airlines? I'm not.
Worst international land grab, the rush by the Russians into Crimea and Ukraine.
Russia's relationship with the rest of the world is getting weirder and weirder. But to me, just as a voter, I'm not an expert on this stuff, obviously, but it has a real Cold War vibe.
The question is what happens when Putin goes into the Baltic states, which he's undoubtedly going to do. Will we fight for them? If we're not ready to do that, then NATO is dead, and that's a real problem.
Best news for hardcore Anglophiles. The vote to break Scotland off from the United Kingdom failed.
I'm glad it was defeated. I want to see those, everything over there stay as it is. England, Scotland, long live the Queen.
Other stories shook the planet, the abducted Nigerian girls.
If you take 200 girls from Detroit, you'll end up being a hostage. We don't take that.
That ferry crash near South Korea. The hostage standoff in Australia, the terrorist slaughter of children in Pakistan, and the latest clash between Israelis and Palestinians.
Sadly, this seems like a conflict that's never ending.
Best new guy shaking up the old world scene? Pope Francis kept the papal guessing with new openness to divorce and to LGBT rights. Francis even demoted a conservative bishop who was critical of him.
As a Jew, I never thought I'd say this. I love the Pope. What an amazing guy. He's like a real person. Thank you, Pope. Thank you. I'm not going to convert, but I really think you're doing a great job.
He actually sold 2 of his motorcycles for the hungry. I mean, he's different. He really is.
He's way more liberal, and way more out there than any pope I've seen in my lifetime.
Back in the States, there were plenty of big, bad stories. School shootings, sex abuse scandals, a massive mudslide. But the worst unexpected headline, Ebola, appearing for the first time on American shores.
Oh, everybody was scared riding on the plane because if you got on that plane and somebody coughed, you giving them the side eye. You like, what, you got Ebola?
I am a hypochondriac, so I fear everything. I've been quarantined for 6 months now, and my doctor still doesn't like the way I look.
Best or worst reaction, depending on how safe you felt? That nurse from Maine who defied calls for her to be quarantined.
It's crazy, like people who were all of a sudden coming down with Ebola, they were having the most amazing days. They were bowling and riding the subway. I don't do any of that stuff.
Well, look, you know, when the highlight of the year is that Ebola didn't kill everyone, that's not a good year.
And we have liftoff.
Worst failure to launch, the orbital sciences rocket that left Virginia the hard way.
But it was a commercial launch, and nobody got hurt, and it just spent a lot of money and crushed the dreams of a lot of people. People I know who had instruments on that flight. It's a real setback.
Worst follow-up, the Virgin Galactic space plane that exploded in flight just days later, killing a pilot. Best news about inner space for some in the science community, people are talking more about global climate change. Problem is, the world still can't seem to agree on a plan of action.
If the United States were taking aggressive steps to address climate change, none of these agreements and rollbacks and trades and these keeping track of local businesses, none of that would be important.
I'm very upset about the climate change, and I'm not a fan of the polar vortex.
The polar vortex is really cute because I'm from Wisconsin, so for us, we just call this winter.
Worst chilling news on terrorism. The rise of ISIS.
I remember first hearing about this group, ISIS, and we started covering them maybe January, February, March, and it seemed small.
How are we going to stop them? We can't stop them with drones. We can't stop them with limited missile attacks. We can't stop them at all.
You know, I thought ISIS was mad at the West, but they're hurting other Muslims. So how's that hurting the West?
Best example of standing up to the bad guys, Malala, the teen who was shot in the head by the Taliban for speaking about women's rights, but lived to become the youngest Nobel Prize winner ever.
It's a great honor for me.
You know, if my kids don't win a Nobel Peace Prize by the time they're 17, they are in big trouble.
Worst dispute about standing up to bad guys, the public feud among Navy SEALs over precisely who killed Osama bin Laden.
We kind of live in a culture now of, look at me, pay attention to me, and I want credit for what I did. And in the military, you're not supposed to take credit for what you did.
And worst homegrown headline of the year, Ferguson, Missouri. The shooting of an unarmed black teenager by a police officer, the details of Michael Brown's confrontation with a shop owner during a theft, and everything else set off a national debate.
Like every really hot button issue that causes tension and anger, it's all wrapped up in this story. And, you know, I didn't even know how to cover it. I didn't even know how to address it.
And when the grand jury decided against an indictment for the officer, everything cut loose.
I've never seen a night of TV and coverage like that in a long, long time.
Then another death at the hands of police in New York and another non-indictment made the protest rage even louder.
No justice!
No peace!
No racism!
Police!
We tell our young boys to basically whatever the police do, whatever they say, just say yes sir and go along with it, no matter what. Because we just don't have confidence that police will interact with our little boys with any degree of deference or respect. That's a terrible way to feel.
And that big story is still rolling on. Stay put. Later, we'll have the best of sports, the worst of politics, the internet's endless insanity, the movies that fizzled, and those that set the box office on fire. Lights, cameras, we've got all the action on all the best, all the worst 2014. Sony may be on the run from the North Koreans, but we've got lights, cameras, and plenty of action coming up on all the best, all the worst 2014.
All the best, all the worst is brought to you by AARP's Life Reimagined. 2014 was full of historic moments. See the biggest stories of the year at CNN.com/year in review.
Tired of making New Year's resolutions that just don't stick? What if they're not the right ones to begin with? Find tools that will help figure out what you should be focusing on at lifereimagined.org. Make this year your Renew Year.
Ben! That was close.
You ain't lying.
Let Quicken Loans help you save your money.
It's not too late to get what you really wanted for the holidays. Now at the Men's Warehouse after Christmas sale, get select designer suits for $249.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Shouldn't what makes each of us unique also make our treatment unique? Advanced genomic testing is changing the way we fight cancer. The evolution of cancer care is here. Go to cancercenter.com to learn more. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
What's better than $5,000 a week for life? The Publishers Clearinghouse $5,000 a week forever prize. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. Enter at PCH.com on February 27th. Win forever.
Wherever you walk, just remember this. Whatever you step on goes on your shoes and ends up on your car's floor. So to perfectly protect your vehicle, you need WeatherTech floor liners. They're laser measured to custom fit and perfectly protect your specific make and model. Order yours at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, proudly made in America.
Struggling with weight goes beyond willpower. Am I full?
Do I want more?
Have I had enough? Belviq may help. It's FDA approved for weight loss in adults who are overweight with at least one weight-related medical condition or obese. Belviq plus diet and exercise can help you lose weight and keep it off. It's unknown if Belviq is safe and effective with other weight loss products or changes your risk of heart problems, stroke, or death. Belviq activates receptors in the brain believed to help some people feel full and eat less. I've had enough. Don't take Belviq if you're pregnant or planning to be. Tell your doctor if you are depressed, have thoughts of suicide, or take medicines for depression, migraines, or colds, as they may cause life-threatening side effects with Belviq. Some people taking medicines like Belviq have had heart valve problems. Don't drive or use heavy machinery till you know how Belviq affects you. High doses may cause mental problems. Stop Belviq if you have prolonged erections or your breasts make milk or enlarge. Belviq may lower blood sugar or blood cell count. Common side effects include headache, dizziness, fatigue, nausea, dry mouth, constipation, back pain, and cough. Ask your doctor about Belviq. For 15 days free, call 800-978-8314 or go online.
Holy Moses! Movie theaters were flooded with late entries into the best box office category. From Exodus
Set my people free.
to Unbroken to Foxcatcher to the next course served up in the Hunger Games, Mockingjay.
If we burn, you burn with us.
I rarely see a movie that I don't like, and I'm a huge fan of popcorn. I just stuff myself full of popcorn until I'm about to burst, and I enjoy it a lot.
As pop culture goes, for sheer fairy tale grandeur, it was hard to top the magnificent Maleficent.
Well. For over 50 years, the evil witch in Sleeping Beauty was getting, shafted. We didn't know why she was so evil. And of course, we found out her story, and it was because of a man. That's it.
Best return of an old friend and foe. Godzilla.
I saw Godzilla and I loved it. The monster is misunderstood. There's two sides to every story.
Fury was a fantastic tale of World War II tanks. The Monuments Men, by contrast, was far from monumental.
Hit it!
James Brown was a great mover, but Get On Up was not a great movie.
I'm saving the human race.
Still, the worst persistent trend out of Hollywood was the relentless reliance on remakes and sequels.
You ready?
Yep. Case in point, 22 Jump Street, which, by the way, still made a fortune.
It's probably going to be a 50 Jump Street. They keep doing these great movies.
Best tearjerker, The Fault in Our Stars.
Look, if I want to cry, I'll look at my bank account.
Worst movie for a first date, second date, or maybe any date, Gone Girl.
If you're looking for a sly way to broach the topic of breaking up, take your date to Gone Girl, and then when it's done, she'll probably break up with you.
The worst creeper award, Give it to Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler.
I met him and I said, dude, your character kind of made me want to take a shower. He was like, I'm going to use that. That's a good line.
The Lego Movie led a slew of hot kid films, including Big Hero 6.
It's so great to see a film showing young people, every color under the sun, using technology for good, using technology to become heroes. Why? Because I am tired of young people thinking the only way to be cool is to be big and macho, think your way out of the problem. That's what I want to see young people doing.
There were also sequels for Rio, How to Train Your Dragon, and Planes.
It's a pleasure to be here. It was a great thing to be part of, and it's a fun movie for old and young alike. Middle-aged people may not like it, but for young and old alike, they're going to love it.
Fantasy movies packed them in. Guardians of the Galaxy, the latest adventures of Captain America, the Transformers, and the X-Men.
I like X-Men a lot, a really, really lot.
Worst sci-fi flick, according to our science guy. Interstellar. Was the science unbelievable? No, it wasn't that.
I'm not going to be on a spaceship with somebody like Anne Hathaway's character without trying to jump her. I'm sorry, people.
Best movie you didn't see but should have. St. Vincent.
Why is he mowing your dirt patch?
I'm showing him how the world works.
And the worst movie of the year, maybe of the decade, maybe of all time. Noah, a stinker of biblical proportions. The small screen also generated plenty of excitement this year with some new series, some older ones, but plenty of action for everyone to watch. Game of Thrones reigns supreme over the TV kingdom for its fans.
Game of Thrones is the best show ever. It's huge, it's bloody, there are always boobs.
The issue I have with Game of Thrones, if you like a character on Game of Thrones, you better take a picture of it because they're going to get killed.
Orange is the New Black killed it in the latest season. Piper, Crazy Eyes, and Red keep doing time in style.
You know what's great about Orange is the New Black? The makeup and hair people don't really have to do much.
And House of Cards is still standing strong.
Hunt or be hunted.
Everybody in D.C. Was watching House of Cards, and I think that's kind of dangerous because the way they solve problems in House of Cards is they off people.
But the best trend in television, watching a whole season all at once.
Oh, totally. I'm a total binge watcher.
Some series continue to roll out just an episode a week, but do very well. The Big Bang Theory, Scandal, NCIS, The Good Wife, Sons of Anarchy.
A friend of mine is an actor on Madam Secretary. So I watch Madam Secretary, and it takes on big issues, and that's good. I enjoy that.
Let me tell you what I watch on TV night after night, roughly 2 hours per night, every night. Cops.
Worst idea on TV for the second year in a row.
Can we also talk about Sharknado 2? I have a lot of feelings about Sharknado 2.
I like sports shows and a lot of the reality shows with the daredevils, people snowboarding and going off a cliff. I love to watch people dare to do things that I would be afraid of doing and then see them wipe out and say, that's why I don't do it.
The year brought plenty of examples of pop stars and other famous folks doing things they probably should not have. Worst bad boy, Justin Bieber. The teen heartthrob seemed to be constantly chatting it up with police over wild parties and throwing eggs.
He keeps acting like this. Justin, we're sending you back to Canada, so stop it, all right? Make some songs for the little girls, but stop what you're doing, because you're about to ruin yourself, Justin.
Comics did not have much to laugh at, as their world was pelted with the worst kind of news. Bill Cosby wasn't even smiling as a parade of women from his past accused him of sexual assault, charges his attorneys deny.
There's no punchline. There's nothing to say. But you don't get a free pass after spending, 3 decades telling everybody else how to be a better person. And the first time your name's in trouble, you just duck and hide behind your lawyers.
David Brenner died.
Did you ever get a cured ham and wonder what it had?
He was a longtime regular on the late-night circuit who influenced everyone from Letterman to Leno to Seinfeld. Joan Rivers went in for a minor vocal cord procedure and never came out, ending her long life and unstoppable career.
Joan Rivers just kept going, joke after joke, wonderful, and the way she left was not the way she should have. I'm sorry, but she will be missed.
Nanu. And the worst news in ages for those who like to laugh, Robin Williams committed suicide.
You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win.
It was later revealed that he was suffering from a disease that causes dementia.
The comedy world really took a big hit this year. First David Brenner, then Robin Williams, then Joan Rivers. The world is laughing a lot less.
Still, give it to the royal family for coming through with some good news to lift spirits amid all that celebrity turmoil.
Kate is pregnant again.
They're having babies, they're waving to people. God bless them, and God bless England.
I love the royals. I hope this one is a girl and their name is Lonnie. Princess Lonnie of Cambridge. I could just see that now. That would be great.
Yes, that would be great. Coming up, the Palins get punchy, the president gets grumpy, and the whole political scene roars into the holidays no better than it left them last year. And later, maybe the politicians don't know how to manage their base, but the music business sure did.
I'm all about that bass, bass.
We have a lot more low notes and high notes, too, coming up on All the Best, All the Worst 2014.
Bill, have you seen my keys anywhere?
I'll help you look. Maybe you left them in the bathroom again.
Just strangest thing.
The warning signs of Alzheimer's disease may be right in front of you.
It's all right, baby.
For help and information, call the Alzheimer's Association or visit alz.org/10signs.
Sir, we're gonna need you on the runway. Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
TripAdvisor not only has millions of real travelers' reviews and opinions, but checks hundreds of websites so people can get the best hotel prices. To plan, compare, and book the perfect trip, visit TripAdvisor.com today.
Nothing beats that new car smell. Chicken parm, you taste so good.
Nationwide is on your side.
At Passages Malibu, we treat and heal the underlying causes of addiction so you can live a healthy, addiction-free life. This is not a 12-step program. I should know. I was an addict for 10 years. Now I'm not.
To end your addiction now, visit PassagesMalibu.com or call 888-917-CURE.
Welcome to Times Square. This New Year's Eve, America's favorite duo is back.
No swearing.
I called them.
You can't say.
I haven't.
Nope. No stripping.
Oh my lord. What are you kidding me?
Your turn.
No touching. Wait, where's the contract? Where's the contract?
What did I do?
No simulations.
I'm not going to simulate. I'm going to do it.
Don't miss a moment because anything can happen.
I know I don't have the key. I'm trying to get ratings, honey.
CNN New Year's Eve Live with Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin starts at 9 Eastern.
Here's critically important news for small business owners. Financing is now available in as little as 3 days. Trusted national lender Rapid Advance understands that small businesses need working capital to seize opportunities. That's why tens of thousands of small businesses have found the funding they need to grow with Rapid Advance. Rapid Advance provides financing up to $500,000. Approvals take as little as 1 day, and funds are available in as little as 3 days. If you've been in business for at least 1 year, call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com.
We get it. You want to go to Vegas. And with Vegas.com, you can get the lowest rates on Vegas hotels guaranteed. With Vegas.com's VIP Drop Watch, you can book any Vegas hotel, and Vegas.com will let you know if the rate drops. So you only pay the lowest price guaranteed. And for a limited time, you can save up to $100. Just enter code HOT at checkout. Get the lowest rate guaranteed and up to an extra $100 off only at Vegas.com. Vegas from the inside.
I'm Anderson Cooper. This is CNN.
The political world remains in turmoil, from the Palin family getting into a punch-up at a party to the Democrats getting hit hard at the ballot box. Washington seemed unsure whether it should grind to an utter halt or spin completely out of control. Depending on your party, the best or worst election night butt-kicking was the Republican rout of the Democrats in the midterms. The GOP took control of the U.S. Senate, increased their majority in the House, and picked up a couple of new governor's chairs, too.
Let's get it done!
President Obama thrilled.
Obviously, Republicans had a good night.
Worst fair weather friends, the Democratic contenders who ran from his crashing poll numbers and wouldn't even say they voted for the man in the White House.
We just got devastated. It was as humiliating as I've ever seen. How did Democrats lose the governorship in Massachusetts? I didn't even know we had Republicans in Massachusetts.
You know what? Thank God the Republicans took over the House and the Senate, because things are really going to get done now.
Well, that may already be the worst political prediction of the coming year.
The Republicans don't have a program to solve America's problems. The Democrats don't have a program to solve America's problems. They can't be solved by the government.
Best case of a lame duck flying back into the fight, the president responded to the midterm loss by announcing an executive order to protect millions of immigrants who entered the country illegally. Republicans outraged, even though they showed little enthusiasm for a legislative fix of their own.
It passed in the Senate, and you talk to senators, and they like to remind you 500-plus days. It has been sitting in the House, and they haven't done a darn thing.
Worst case of I've fallen and I can't get up. Give it to Governor Chris Christie, a possible presidential candidate. The New Jersey Republican was hammered over allegations that his staff purposely created traffic jams on a bridge last year to punish a Democratic foe. Christie not amused by critics.
Sit down and shut up.
Chris Christie, before the Bridgegate, completely formidable nightmare for Democrats. I mean, this guy, he's funny, he's aggressive, he's got this bizarre charm, and then, you know, a bridge fell on him.
Worst case of playing it coy, Hillary Clinton. Despite putting out a big book, she still won't say what everyone thinks they know.
Of course Hillary Clinton is going to run.
Marijuana fared well in state initiatives, as did measures promoting the environment and higher minimum wages.
What do we want?
Best continuing trend for rights activists?
This felt like a really big year for gay rights. A lot of gay marriage.
Worst continuing trend for environmentalists?
That's the biggest story of the year, is that we didn't do much on climate change.
Best news from the Benjamins. Housing values are still rising. Joblessness is still falling.
It's been a great year in terms of the economic recovery. The recovery has done really, really well.
Worst part of that great news? The percentage of people working or seeking work has dropped to its lowest level in decades. But in a lot of places, jobs aren't paying that much, and job security, dodgy.
I am thinking seriously of moving to New York and becoming a cab driver, because there's more demand for a cab driver in Times Square than it is for a Broadway actor.
Worst casting of the part of a professional diplomat. The White House selected the producer of The Bold and the Beautiful as ambassador to Hungary. Colleen Bell didn't seem to know much about the job, but she raised millions for the president's re-election. Cue the official response.
I can tell you that that's not the reason that she was chosen.
Of course not. Worst attempt at amateur diplomacy. Dennis Rodman's fourth trip to play basketball for North Korean strongman Kim Jong-un.
We're like, okay, first of all, why is Dennis going over there? And why is that his friend? He's a dictator, Dennis.
Best follow-up slam dunk. The trip to North Korea by the Director of Intelligence to bring home American captives Kenneth Bay and Matthew Todd Miller. Why did Kim let them go? Who knows?
I think that we all just need to agree that we have no freaking clue what's going on in North Korea, and it's like a country being ruled by a toddler.
Worst Turkey. The GOP staffer who badmouthed the Obama girl's behavior, best flying the coop, she resigned within days. Best makeover. The refurbishing of the Capitol Dome, if it's ever finished. Worst makeup. The continuing failure of the two major parties to agree on almost anything.
And come 2015, it's going to be a really interesting year as far as Washington goes.
And putting the best face on the whole big mess, give it to the team from the University of Southern California that turned out the first ever 3D printed portrait of a president. Hey, with tech like that, who needs wax museums? When we come back, we'll be cranking up the music and talking about all the songs that hit or missed in the past year. Plus, Boston's back. The magnificent Med runs into the record books. The NFL runs into trouble. And online videos just run and run and run. It's all the best, all the worst. 2014.
It's not too late to get what you really wanted for the holidays. Now at the Men's Warehouse After Christmas sale, get select designer suits for $249.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
I want more than anything to win a gold medal, and we have someone who could do that.
Foxcatcher has been nominated for 3 Golden Globes, including Best Picture.
What's he get out of all this?
America, winning. It's also been nominated for 2 Screen Actors Guild Awards.
The sport of wrestling is a low sport, and I don't like to see you being low.
A movie experience unlike any other.
I am giving America hope.
Rated R, now playing select cities.
Hey, get in! Punch! Let Quicken Loans help you save your money with a mortgage that's engineered to amaze.
You're driving along, having a perfectly nice day, when out of nowhere a pickup truck slams into your brand new car. 1 second, it wasn't there, and the next second, boom, you had your first accident. Now you have to make your first claim. So you talk to your insurance company and boom, you're blindsided for a second time. They won't give you enough money to replace your brand new car. Don't those people know you're already shaken up?
Liberty Mutual's new car replacement will pay for the entire value of your car, plus depreciation. Call 1-844-301-1344. And for drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. Switch to Liberty Mutual Insurance and you could save up to $423. Call Liberty Mutual for a free quote today at 1-844-301-1344. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Roger had a gift.
For years and years, the only Pulitzer Prize ever given to a movie critic.
He really loved cinema as an art form. He really loved films.
He was on a lifelong quest for love.
He's been here 5 times. Roger had an inner core of steel.
Roger Ebert. The only thing he loved more than movies was life itself. Sunday night at 9 on CNN.
I'm a totally different man. You could do one thing only, incline training is it.
It eliminated that fat. Just get up and walk.
You want to change your life, then you need to step up to the X9 from Nordic Track. What makes the X9 the best calorie burning machine on the planet? Incline. Going up, now you're burning twice the calories. You want more? Take it all the way to 40% incline for 5 times the calorie burn.
The X9 is one of the fastest ways ever to burn calories.
And all you have to do is walk.
Plus, the X9 comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so you can work out anywhere.
Burn fat jogging on the beaches of Fiji. Shed pounds hiking the Swiss Alps.
With iFit, the X9 automatically adjusts, so your workout follows the terrain.
You can most definitely shed calories and burn fat.
You can just walk the calories off.
Get this amazing machine for $0 down and free shipping, $150 value.
To order, call 1-855-725-8434 or go online today.
This is CNN, the world's news network.
Entertainment always seems to thrive in difficult times, maybe because people need the escape, maybe because artists feel inspired. Whatever the reason, this year had a lot of people asking, did you see that? The most seen music video, according to Vivo, was Fancy by Iggy Azalea featuring Charlie XCX, but it had plenty of challengers.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
I think in 2014, the women kicked it when it came to songs. You had Megan Trainor, who came with All About That Bass, talking about, you know what, I don't care, you're gonna accept me for who I am, I'm not a size 2. So it's really empowering this year for women.
And it's really catchy, so we're giving the best debut to All About That Bass.
Well, for me, it's All About That Bass. No, actually it isn't. I like songs from previous years a little better.
I don't know any current music at all. None. Absolutely zero. Zilch.
Well, there were plenty of old school sounds to be found.
And she said, play it again, play it again, play it again.
Luke Bryan lit up the country charts with his summer single. Sam Smith made his fans swoon with Stay With Me.
Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all
I hate to admit it, I'm just now getting caught up with Lorde. I think Lorde is great, you know, so I like her.
I'm kind of an old person, old soul musically, but I kind of have been jamming out to a little Taylor Swift.
And we have to give the best job of taking it to the bank to Taylor Swift, who shook off the competition all year long. Her mind-blowing song sales, promotional efforts, and expansion of her business empire made her the reigning queen of pop music.
Is she good?
'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse.
The best-selling song by a female artist, according to Nielsen SoundScan, goes to Katy Perry's Dark Horse, which moved more than 4.3 million copies. Still, the guys were no slouches. Ed Sheeran hit it hard as the most streamed artist in the world, with 860 million listens to his tunes, especially Don't.
Don't when my love, that heart is so cold, all over my own.
It's angry, it's vengeful, it's primal, and it's really catchy, which, I mean, all of those are very good for a song.
And Billboard says the most weeks at #1 on digital songs by any group goes to Magic for their catchy song Rude.
Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too?
Worst music video for a family audience, cover your eyes. It's Nicki Minaj's Anaconda.
I have 2 nieces. I never want them to see that music video ever.
Even, you know, old ladies on the street was twerking because of that video.
My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest.
Best Rising Star, George Ezra. He's only 21, but sounds like a seasoned pro.
Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. To the end, would you follow me?
We were tempted to go with an outlier for Best Song of the Year, maybe Lord Huron's Ends of the Earth or Spoon's fantastic Do You. But there was just no denying who struck the very best chord with the best tune of 2014.
The song Happy by Pharrell Williams was a national addiction.
Happy made me happy at first, but there was a lot of it. There's a lot of happy.
The word genius is thrown around a lot, but he is actually a musical genius, and also the nicest guy in the world.
That video featured a good many scenes that involved athletic pursuits, and this was a big year for sports. Lots of global events, lots of huge money, and a lot of unbelievable moments. best spectacle in all of sports, the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia.
The Russians did an incredible job. They were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to watch. To think of the skill of the people at the Winter Olympics, it raises your hopes about the whole future of mankind to think that people can do such magnificent work on the ice or in the snow.
Vladimir Putin took some heat over his attitude toward gays and lesbians.
And it was amazing because, you know, here we are doing figure skating in a place where there are no gay people.
But he also had the last laugh. The Russians edged out everyone in medals. The U.S. coming in second, Norway third. Best comeback. America's love of soccer. Brought on every 4 years by the return of the World Cup, this time in Brazil.
Oh, I watched the World Cup like crazy.
I like going to bars and getting drunk. This is why I love the World Cup.
The U.S. found itself in an early bracket with 3 teams so tough it was called the Group of Death. But behind the heroic efforts of goalkeeper Tim Howard, the Americans nearly made it to the quarterfinals.
I love how they underestimated the U.S. in the World Cup, and we did fine. We didn't win, but it shows how much gumption we have in this country.
Germany took the trophy, leaving us with what's still the worst thing about the sport. No matter what happens on the field, that clock keeps ticking.
Everybody in my world growing up had a clock. So there's no reason that international soccer couldn't have a regular clock.
Back home, it took no time for the Spurs to cool the heat. The team from San Antonio took the title, best team in the NBA, and Miami star LeBron James took a hike back to the team he abandoned just a few years ago.
I was shocked that Cleveland welcomed LeBron James back with open arms. It's like when your wife leaves you and then comes back, and it's like an old country song. Here we go again. She's back in town again.
Worst flagrant foul. LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling's recorded rant about black people. He said he was sorry.
I'm not a racist. I made a terrible, terrible mistake.
The NBA still took his team and banned him for life.
Okay, that's right. Get him out of here. There's no place for that craziness.
Best cool cats. The Los Angeles Kings stormed the ice and skated circles around the New York Rangers to make off with Lord Stanley's cup. In baseball, the best goodbye came from Yankee Derek Jeter after 20 seasons.
What a great captain. And you know what? With what's going on in the sports world, it's nice to have a hero.
I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. No love for the Jeter.
I think I went to bed early that night.
No one went to bed early when the best batters were up in the World Series, which pitted the Giants against the Royals in a titanic battle. But the KC Kids could not hold off the San Francisco club's unbeatable Madison Bumgarner.
This guy is better than a machine. He's incredible, absolutely unbelievable. I never saw a pitching job like that in my life.
But to go 7 games and the final game decided by 1 run with a runner stranded on third base and 2 outs, you don't get better than that.
Worst sack, the Super Bowl. Seattle versus Denver was billed as a battle for the ages, but looked like a war on the aged, as the Broncos fell in the 3rd worst loss ever in the championship.
Oh, I'm a Seahawks fan, yeah. It was fun for us.
Overall, the NFL had some bright moments, including drafting its first openly gay player.
I think Michael Sam has accomplished something great, even if he doesn't go on to make it. I think he'll end up in broadcasting or some other field.
But troubling headlines piled up on other fronts. Head injuries, domestic violence.
I thought I had issues.
Worst instant replay. The ugly assault case against former Raven Ray Rice turned even uglier after a video came out of that attack on his then fiancée, who is now his wife.
Didn't the slap or he punched her, knocked her out cold?
Questions immediately arose about whether NFL officials had seen the tape.
You didn't. Stevie Wonder didn't need to see a tape from the inside. You could tell when the girl was knocked out cold, dragging her out, that something happened. I mean, she just didn't hit her head.
Are all these scandals hurting the league? You decide. More than 45 million people watched the NFL draft, and TV ratings kept climbing for the games, including among women. And our best finish in all of sports, we're giving it to the great Meb Keflezighi, who brought the Boston Marathon back from last year's horrible bombings by becoming the first American to win the race in decades.
Well, what an amazingly brave guy, what incredibly great lungs he has.
I was glad to see an American actually pull it off.
That was one of the most incredible stories I covered this year. Just being around those people, and I'll never forget hearing the announcer saying, "Let's take back the finish line." It was awesome.
Don't go anywhere. The best and worst of new technology, offline sensations, and online videos that just won't quit are coming your way.
Shall we make out?
Absolutely.
We'll be kissing strangers, catching up with cats, and taking to the skies as we burn toward the finish of all the best, all the worst 2014.
So Ally Bank really has no hidden fees on savings accounts?
That's right.
It's just that I'm worried about, hidden things.
Okay, why's that?
No hidden fees from the bank where no branches equals great rates.
Good news! Christian Mingle has over 13 million registered members. Nearly 4 million new members in the past year alone. Sometimes we wait for God to make the next move when God is saying it's your time to act. The next move is yours. Joining is easy and free. Find God's match for you at christianmingle.com today.
Even the toughest spills are no match for the ultimate vehicle protection. Custom fit WeatherTech floor liners. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech, proudly made in America.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Children are dying every day from hunger and sickness. Innocent children, just like this one. These children are facing death right now. But with your support and just 50 cents a day, we can save them. Please go online or call this number and join the U.S. Fund for UNICEF for only $15 a month. It's just 50 cents a day, and you'll deliver emergency medical care, vaccines, and life-saving nutrition to the children who could die without it. It's just 50 cents a day, but it'll mean the difference between life and death for a child waiting for help right now. Coming for to care. Reach out to that child so they never have to look into the face of death again. Go online or pick up the phone now.
Of all the remarkable things online and offline this year, the very best was one that seemed to arise out of nowhere and pretty soon was everywhere. The Ice Bucket Challenge.
It's amazing to me that you can pour a bucket of ice on your head and make millions of dollars. I need to do that for my career.
The viral sensation raised more than $115 million to fight ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease.
ALS isn't like one of those sexy causes that gets a lot of, press and a lot of attention.
And I told people, do not call me out. I'm not doing ice bucket on my weave.
But at the end of the day, it raised so much money. And if that's what we have to do to raise money for wonderful causes, I'm in, ice and all.
Best reaction to it all, that little British girl. Worst worst reason for women to feel like cursing? Well, it was captured in that video of a woman walking all around New York all day and getting steadily catcalled.
You don't even necessarily have to be like a hot chick. It happens. It's reality. I think it was just like putting a camera on her to see that this is what happens. And fellas, please be nice.
I don't think that men actually understand what like a war zone it's like if you're a woman. I think most men don't know how offensive and often scary it is for them to be engaged in those kind of behaviors. And I think most women don't know that most men don't know. So I thought the video was very, very helpful.
Best first dates. Everyone featured in that little online movie of strangers kissing. It drew millions of clicks with its charming, awkward, and hesitant pics and pecs.
I was obsessed with that because I love kissing strangers. It's like one of my favorite things to do.
You know, on a Saturday night after a couple of ones, I kiss strangers. I do it all the time. I don't know what was the big deal.
Now who do you think you are? Put in your cheek 2 cents in.
Speaking of charming, best lip sync, that guy's wife working it out to Salt and Pepper right up until she notices his phone. Of course, there was that yearly barrage of adorable pets online. Worst injustice among our four-footed friends? Cats stealing dogs' beds.
Every time there's a video of a cat or a dog doing something funny, I say, oh no. Then I watch it and I get sucked right in. I say, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So I love them.
Best room with a view. Check out Astronaut, a beautiful compilation of images from the International Space Station cut together by a French filmmaker. There weren't too many of those wait in line for hours and wow your tech-obsessed friends gadgets out there this year, but there were upgrades aplenty. The arrival of the iPhone 6 gave us our best splash. People lined up for it around the planet, which also led to the worst crash. The guy who tried to show his to a reporter and dropped it. Worst worry for the Apple gang, the rising tide of alternatives.
This was the first year where I felt like having an iPhone was somehow not cool. You know, all my friends started getting these Samsung things and they're doing all this stuff, and you know, I'm still really loyal. I miss Steve Jobs.
Smart TVs are going wireless more often. Smart TV watchers are going for bigger, better experiences.
This year I bought a 3D television, and I love my 3D television. And my wife often comes in to my study where I have my 3D television to find me slack-jawed in front of it.
And how does that look, Ben?
Bueller. Bueller.
Bueller. Bueller.
Best action shots. The ocean of images now appearing all the time, courtesy of GoPros and other small wearable cameras. Best nighttime stroll. Nick Walenda's wire walk across the skyline of Chicago. Best road trip. The astonishing flight of the Rosetta space probe to put a lander onto a comet some 300 million miles from Earth. Yeah, that's far. And yeah, that had the space community cheering.
It's amazing. It's just so far out there, everybody. It's 10 years of flying to catch up with this thing.
Best way to get a bird's eye view, the legions of unmanned aerial vehicles taking to the skies, producing stunning images of, well, almost everything. And the best way to light up the night, give it to the guy who flew his unmanned aerial camera right through some fireworks in Florida. Don't go away. All the best, all the worst 2014 is headed for our finale.
All the best, all the worst is brought to you by AARP's Life Reimagined. 2014 was full of historic moments. See the biggest stories of the year at cnn.com/year in review.
Tired of making New Year's resolutions that just don't stick? What if they're not the right ones to begin with? Find tools that will help figure out what you should be focusing on at lifereimagined.org. Make this year your renew year.
first step of a new year. We'll all take one. But where will a step take you? How high could you climb? And how far? A step can be a difficult thing. It requires courage and spirit. But if you follow it, imagine the places you'll go. The new year begins with the next step. How far will it take you?
Ben! Oh, that was close.
You ain't lying.
Let Quicken Loans help you save your money.
This New Year's Eve, America's favorite duo is back.
No swearing, no stripping. Oh my lord, no touching, no simulations.
Anything can happen. CNN New Year's Eve Live with Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin starts at 9 Eastern.
Home security used to mean long-term contracts, but with Simply Safe, you get total security without a contract. Now you can feel secure and free. Most alarms rely on vulnerable landlines, but Simply Safe is cellular for a stronger, more secure connection, so you can trust that your family's protected by emergency services 24/7.
I'm away from home, but my girls are safe, and that's huge in my book.
There's no contract, and I get peace of mind. It's a great system.
Now you can protect your home for less than half what traditional companies charge. Simply Safe. It's the smart choice for home security. See for yourself why Simply Safe is getting so many rave reviews. Order your system today to get free shipping and a 3-year warranty. Plus, a keychain remote worth $25 absolutely free. Act right now and get 10% off your order as a special bonus. Go to trysimplysafe.com today.
Welcome to Simply Safe. Alarm on.
The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer, tomorrow at 5 Eastern on CNN.
Roger had a gift.
For years and years, the only Pulitzer Prize ever given to a movie critic.
He really loved cinema as an art form. He really loved films.
He was on a lifelong quest for love.
He's been here 5 times. Roger had an inner core of steel.
Roger Ebert. The only thing he loved more than movies was life itself. Sunday night at 9 on CNN.
We are almost done, but we have just enough time for our traditional final question for our guest. For all we've been through in the past 12 months, what would you wish for America in the coming year?
Oh God, my wish for 2015 is peace and my own show on CNN.
I hope all these countries can just stop protesting and rioting and just live and love each other. Life is so short. And my other dream is to play first base for the Cleveland Indians.
My hope for 2015 is that the news becomes a little bit easier to follow because it's gotten more peaceful. That's probably not going to happen, but we can hope. It's been a rough year. We need a good 2015.
My hope for 2015 is the world gets motivated to work together on climate change.
If we could just live in a world where we thought that the police were being policed by somebody, I think 2015 will be a dramatic improvement over 2014.
My hopes for 2015 is that we can all get along, and that we can all just, love each other more and help each other more, and, we'll be all right, America. We're doing all right.
I think if Americans spent more time thinking about what they've been blessed with and how great our lives are in America and less time complaining, we'd be a much, much happier people.
I hope for love and warmth and joy, please, for 2015.
And with that, we can bring down the curtain on this whole sideshow of a year. Sometimes it was infuriating, sometimes unsettling, but now it is finally over. Our thanks to our guest and to you for watching. On behalf of everyone at AC360 and CNN, I'm Tom Foreman, wishing you all of the best and none of the worst in 2015.
You're watching CNN On Demand.